One of the most shocking things to come out of Season 2, Episode 4 of The Mandalorian were these mysterious figures in these tubes. Who are they? What are they? And how do they fit into the greater story of the Skywalker saga? All of this and more will hopefully be answered on this episode of All New Nerds Discussion. Hello everyone, welcome to All New Nerds. Be sure to subscribe and like this video, it would really help us out. And I am of course joined with my friend Dylan Shea.
How's it going, man?
I'm good. And today we're going to talk about the theories on the mysterious figures in these tubes from this last week's episode. So Dylan, do you want to lead the theory? What do you think is going on?
So, I think the clones in the tubes are definitely meant to be Palpatine, but I think they're going to end up being Snoke. I think that Snoke is the failed result of the Palpatine clones, and so that's what we're seeing right now in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, this is something we've both kind of talked about with each other before, but I definitely agree with it. And so the idea is that kind of like I guess this is the Empire, but kind of like it'd be into the First Order too. That Snoke is basically a bunch of failed clones of a original idea to clone the body of Palpatine, and I think that they kind of ran out of the blood, like they said, from the donor, which is Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And I think that basically, because Snoke is like still deformed, and I think basically that what Snoke that we see in The Last Jedi is kind of the best version, the best result from all the tests. So it's gonna be.
Wasn't there many Snokes? Wasn't there like?
Yeah.
So there wasn't just one like basically that Snoke would deteriorate or die or something.
That's true.
And then Palpatine would just send out another, or I don't know. I don't think it's really fully been explained yet, but
yeah, I know. Yeah, they left it very vague, even when the sequel trilogy films are coming out.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of evidence that points to the clones in The Mandalorian being Snoke. Right.
I mean, we got like the music obviously was kind of hints at Snoke's theme, and people are saying that. And I kind of agree with this little bit of like the Plagueis theme in there, which is pretty cool. And also like if you really look at the picture, the kind of head structure, kind of like the whole body, it kind of like resembles somewhat of a Snoke, even though it's like pretty deformed. Yeah. It has like this like I don't know, kind of like extrusion kind of off the body. It looks just like a giant like whatever it is.
Right. It's got
but
the
kind
big
of the base
scar
body
on
of
the
it.
head too.
Yeah, and we got the scar. I mean, I think that's like a giveaway, like a dead giveaway for that.
Yeah.
And also like even down to like the ear, like their ears kind of look similar because Snoke had like kind of one smaller ear and larger one on the, so.
Right. From what we can make out, anyways.
We can make out, it was a very blurry kind of. You couldn't really see much in the tank, but
for
too
sure.
much detail. But So I think it's Snoke. I mean, everybody. Seems what I've heard is kind of seems to agree that this is Snoke, but really what we don't know is where this is gonna really go, and I think Moff Gideon is probably working with Palpatine, right? We're thinking kind of.
I mean, this is like his contingency plan, right?
Right.
This is probably like, I don't know. We saw in like Battlefront 2, the campaign. How, like, Iden saw that message from the Palpatine droid thing about how he has a contingency plan. And so I think this is just another step in it. Moff Gideon was probably close to Palpatine, or for some reason, he's the one in charge of getting the Palpatine clone assembled and, like, getting it right.
Yeah.
And so I'm just confused because in The Rise of Skywalker, in the novelization or wherever it is,
yeah.
Do they say that he like transferred his essence into a clone? Or like, I really don't know.
So I thought the idea that they kind of, I think what happened, and I'm like, I don't even like, this is not even in my head canon. I think they said the Return of the Jedi Palpatine wasn't the real Palpatine. and that the real Palpatine was what we saw in Episode 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I could be
really?
wrong.
I hate that.
I could be wrong. Yeah.
So that was the clone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, that's I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like another question that comes up is kind of like what Moff Gideon kind of wants in all this. Does he want to like serve the Emperor? Because I mean, he says long live the Empire, and kind of seems like he
who's paying his bills, you know?
For the Empire, right? But also I feel like he's kind of in it for himself in a little bit too. And I feel this is another idea I had. I think that Moff Gideon maybe wants to try to replicate the Force into like a serum form. So I think that maybe like what these tests are also doing is making sure that the like the blood, how the blood like reacts to a body. Because I mean he's already kind of getting close. I mean Moff Gideon has a darksaber, which is like a lightsaber pretty much. Yeah. And I feel like he's very interested into like Jedi culture and stuff. Which yeah, I mean he knows a lot. I think we'll probably get some of that. I mean, actually, yeah, we'll definitely get some of that next episode, which is the big one. So,
that'd be cool.
But yeah, couple days.
I wonder if he already is Force sensitive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a video for a whole nother day, and I'm sure we might find out this week or this coming week.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
But yeah. So how about when Dr. Pershing's message plays? There's a talk of there's the Baby Yoda. They mention how Baby Yoda and he's too small and they can't extract that much blood for him, and obviously they've run out. But how about the other donor or the volunteer?
Yeah, so this is the thing. I think he didn't say volunteers, which I kind of was like assuming that they were just kind of I think the volunteer is Palpatine pretty much.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, like, literally, who else could it be?
So, wait, so unless Palpatine is... for some reason, I was always under the assumption that Palpatine is... He was a clone in Rise of Skywalker. And that
was...
the real...
That was a little unclear.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. Let's look it up.
Palpatine...
I think... Yeah, I mean, I have no idea who the volunteer could be. That's the thing. Like, and they kind of put like some emphasis on it, so I feel like it's gonna be like revealed eventually who that is.
From the book, after a fashion, and Kylo could feel in his bones that this clone body sheltered the Emperor's actual spirit. Palpatine, Rise of Skywalker is a clone, but one whose body is rejecting the spirit within. Okay, so it was a clone somehow with Palpatine's like Force essence or like his consciousness. And so that's why I guess that's why I think that they're trying to clone Palpatine, but
but then that opens up the question of like, what does Palpatine look like right now as the Mandalorian's taking place? Like,
yeah, exactly. And
you know
why
what I mean?
Is it so hard to clone him? I mean, like, if that's the case, because I mean, you see in the prequels that they're pumping out Jango Fett clones like it's going out of fashion. So I don't know. I wonder what's going on there.
Yeah. So it's like Palpatine just like it's like a spirit right now, because like it wouldn't make sense that like, I mean, maybe he had a backup body.
Well, I know Darkseid can't become Force Ghost, but they can.
Right.
They can like
like
possess objects.
Yeah.
And like, so I don't know what he possessed while falling down the tube of the Death Star that didn't blow up.
Yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with that room of mirrors.
Ooh, yeah, from Rise of Skywalker.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see how it would, but
yeah, no, I don't think it has.
We might never find out. But I don't know. This is what the Mandalorians got to do. They got to clean up what the sequels.
Yeah, we're just theorizing here. We're just kind of throwing out ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm gonna say that those clones we saw, definitely Snoke. What is gonna happen with them is a little unclear. Could Moff Gideon have kind of some personal goals in this, and maybe kind of want to see if he can get the Force for himself synthetically?
Yeah, right.
Or do we have kind of a larger thing into like really integrating into the Skywalker saga, which was kind of said. It's said that the show is kind of gonna bridge some of that stuff together.
Good.
So we'll see like the First Order and stuff, and yeah, it's interesting to think about because we could go in many different ways. Because I wonder. I don't think this is true, but like I wonder because they kept Snoke so vague in the sequels. If this was kind of an idea that they wanted to do a long time ago, but then again, Disney wasn't really planned for these sequels, so I think it was just kind of a luck thing.
I don't think they were thinking that far ahead, considering they didn't even have the next movie figured out.
Right.
But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's true. Palpatine didn't even. Yeah.
Let's go back to the donor though. Who do you like? Who could it be?
Yeah. I think it's Baby Yoda. I don't think that's.
Yeah,
that's
but isn't there a volunteer? Someone that's.
Yeah. So, the donor is Baby Yoda because that's what the blood's from.
Right.
The volunteer, that is the thing, because they put emphasis on the volunteer. They don't say volunteers.
Yeah.
Which would be even more confusing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, like, I have no idea who it could. I mean, like, besides Palpatine, really. You know, because maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Because Palpatine, I don't know what Palpatine looks like right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have literally no idea.
Yeah. Like, did he always have a backup body? But that would kind of like defeat the purpose of cloning. Now,
right?
Do you think the plan was all along that Palpatine wanted to create another, like a figure of his status and like the Supreme Leader, which is Snoke and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that? Yeah, he kind of wanted to like create a new narrative and kind of live in that body, instead of coming back as Palpatine and ruling over the First Order. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think that was always the plan from the beginning? Yeah.
Well, also, that could be true. I mean, there's also different looking clones, right? Like, wasn't Rey's father a clone, and he looked like a normal guy? Or was he the child of a clone? Rey's father.
I thought he was biological. Was that explained? Do you want to look that up?
Yeah, just look it up.
Okay.
Who really are Rey's parents? They weren't the son of Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
So I think one of the Palpatine clones got busy.
Which is crazy, but whatever.
One of the Palpatine clones got busy. And
I'm gonna assume around the prequel trilogy, so I think it's prequel Palpatine.
Oh wait, so you think it was actually Palpatine that had the son?
Yeah, I don't think it's a clone thing. No.
Oh, I think
he got busy.
Yeah, but wouldn't the father be like super old?
No.
No, I guess that's true.
He probably, like, the Rise of the Empire, maybe, was conceived.
Yeah. Okay. Huh.
Because he looks like, I guess he looks like on the younger side.
So Palpatine's got a son, dude.
Yeah.
I never really thought about that.
I know, it's such a weird, like, thing. I feel like it was such a throwaway thing. It was just... Yeah, I don't think they'll revisit that, to be honest.
Apparently it was originally in a book.
Palpatine had a son? In a canon book?
No, not canon. Well, I'm sure at one point it probably was.
Right. Yeah, I think it probably, if anything, it'd be a Legends thing. So there was now I'm thinking about Legends. There was a whole story where Palpatine came back in a clone form of his younger self. Do you know what I'm talking about? I forget what the book's called. So there was this thing in Legends, now that I'm thinking about Legends, that there was a story that Palpatine came back in a younger clone body.
Oh, true.
So maybe they're kind of going down that route now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Maybe they're trying to make like a full, like younger Palpatine body. And yeah, maybe they're doing something with that, and maybe like the one we see in Rise of Skywalker, maybe the body isn't too stable and it just rapidly ages.
Yeah,
and that's why we see like the decaying like fingers and all that stuff in Episode 9.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
something we talked about earlier, but I think it's worth bringing up.
Yep.
So what if in this next episode? So they want Baby Yoda, but he's not easy to use because he's so small, and they can only extract so much blood from him.
Yeah.
What if they decide to capture Ahsoka instead, and draw from her blood, and try to get her midichlorians, and then it turns out that the Palpatine clone and Snoke in the sequel trilogy had Ahsoka's blood in it.
Oh, I don't know how I'd feel about that though.
That'd be kind of crazy, wouldn't it?
That would be crazy. Yeah. What if Ahsoka comes into play with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's all just a matter of time until we find out. But
right, I know. Literally a matter of days. Well, I guess maybe hints at it. Maybe hints at it.
A couple of years, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure we'll get.
But by the time this video is posted, we're the next day, so it'll be Thanksgiving. We're gonna post an Ahsoka video. So
yes,
everybody be sure to watch that and everything. So we're gonna talk about all about Ahsoka, and we'll probably bring that up.
Yeah,
we'll bring up that idea. So, yeah, do you have anything else you want to... I think we kind of ran through things. We're still unsure, but we have like some good ideas that maybe just kind of throwing ideas at the wall and seeing what sticks. For sure. So.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll find out soon.
Hopefully we'll find out soon.
I'm glad they're bringing it back.
I'm in it. Yeah. I guess I'll ask you this. How do you feel about The Mandalorian like going into sequel trilogy territory? Liking it?
Yeah, I enjoy it just because I know the right people are behind it, and if they can like just put band-aids on the sequel trilogy or just try to fix it, try to make more sense of it, I'm fine with that. I'm 100% fine with that.
Yeah, hopefully it's kind of like a... I don't want them to like do too much sequel trilogy stuff, but hopefully it'll be kind of like what Clone Wars did and kind of filled in a lot of gaps. Maybe not gaps, but add a lot of context and stuff.
Right, make more sense of
that the show does that for sequel trilogy.
For sure. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see where it goes. I mean, there's some different paths they can go down, so it's gonna be cool to see.
Yeah, well, there's a lot they can do with it, so.
I know, so it's only a matter of time. We'll eventually find out, but yeah. So we just wanted to make this video, just kind of wanted to discuss on what our thoughts on the clones and what we were thinking this meant for the overall story in the show, even into the movies. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and check back tomorrow because we will have a video like this all about Ahsoka and the potential characters that could pop up in this week's episode 5 and beyond. So
awesome.
Thank you, everybody. We'll catch you later. May the Force be with you.
Have a good one.
See ya.